help me holding on, 'cause I still feel your hello, hello. I know that I'm living with ghosts.
I've destroyed the Undertaker!
Ladies and gentlemen, we are immediately taken off a sin because WWF did a great job with advertising the matches taking place tonight. In just 90 seconds, they managed to show who's all fighting each other, making it seem important, and putting in the dramatic music at the same time. Didn't even need to spend 10 minutes doing this. Welcome to WWF King of the Ring, where the actual tournament takes up only 20% of this entire pay-per-view event. WWF decided to put Owen Hart on commentary for the entirety of this event was a genius move, keeping the one big story between himself and Shawn Michaels alive for practically the whole show. Plus, Owen is entertaining to watch and listen to. Owen, maybe you should have swiped Jim Ross's microphone and stayed behind both him and Vince McMahon so that we, the viewers, aren't just looking at the back of your head. You got some good looking hair though.
How did he get here?
By now, we know exactly what made the 1996 King of the Ring event so special in many eyes. Thank God it did, because this music for Stone Cold Steve Austin is just awkward and feels wrong. Imagine if he never came up with the Austin 316 phrase. Oh boy, the nightmares. Previously on WWF. Can I just say the design of having a crown above the ring is a great feature to the King of the Ring events? If WWE continues to do more of them, they should for sure put that crown above the ring. It's a beautiful feature.
Since when does a girl become a good manager?
Phrases that make you sound like an evil badass in 1996, but would ultimately get you canceled in 2024.
Not anywhere near the ring.
I'll stay right here.
Heel wrestler says they will abide by the strict rules they are given, but ultimately ignores them in the end cliche. J.K. Simmons hasn't been introduced to Spider-Man yet, and I'm already laughing like he did in the sequel. Wildman is Mark Merrill's nickname, yet the graphics are making it seem like it's his actual ring name. So does that mean I gotta call him Wildman all night long?
Wildman Mark Merrill, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
We're only 2 minutes into the match, and that's the 4th or 5th time Vince McMahon repeated the names of the competitors in the ring after a brief silence. Can't seem to figure out what to say, I'm guessing.
At 41 years of age.
I think he's 51 years old.
This debate about whether Jake the Snake Roberts is 41, 51, or 61 goes on for literally the entire night, and it's so annoying.
An attempt to rat Matt Russell.
Rat Matt Russell. We're gonna get some rats involved in professional wrestling, folks. This is gonna be fucking weird.
Strategy to do.
Asking for timeouts. Nearly 2 minutes of Stone Cold Steve Austin trying to catch his breath, slowly returning to the ring, and moving with the test of strength as if we're in a traffic jam. It may not look like much, but Mark Merrill did a great job making his fall on the concrete look brutal while also protecting himself. Safety is always a must in pro wrestling. Good job on that. Sin taken off the counter.
Mark Merrill right where he wants him now. Slow.
I'm sorry, but the sight of the referee having to leap into the air like a frog because his legs almost got tripped by Mark Merrill was funny as hell. I'm also laughing because imagine if that was what knocked him out too, given how fragile the referees can get over the smallest tap.
How's he up?
Given the position Mark is in, Steve has definitely given him the wedgie of a century. Wedgie 316 says I just injured your ass.
While Mark Merrill's breathing in pain.
It takes nearly 30 seconds of Sable hitting the ring apron before the fans realize she's trying to hype them up. Guess they didn't actually give a rat's ass about Mark Merrill, the babyface in the match. Ouch. God, it is so frustrating every time the referees go from counting normally to counting faster than they're supposed to. An amazing Hurricane Rana by Mark Merrill, followed by the weirdest overreaction I've ever seen from Stone Cold Steve Austin. Don't know what happened there, but that was weird. First of all, Mark Merrill's left shoulder was clearly off the canvas throughout this entire pinfall, so this should not have counted for anything. But the referee ignored it and gave Stone Cold Steve Austin the win. That's a screw job right there. But also, if Mark had enough awareness to thrash all over the place, then he could have easily kicked out of the stunner. If the stunner was effective to the point where Mark would lose the match, he should be unconscious or nearly.
The power above is reaching down and lifting me up.
Well, it's always good to have faith in God, but I hate to say this, God can't exactly help you win wrestling matches here. Now, obviously it's a crime if Jake the Snake Roberts brings out his signature python to the ring and never reveals it, but it's weird that he brings out the snake just to put it back in the bag while the replay was in progress.
Jake the Snake Roberts.
Oh, look at that. Vader hesitated just a moment.
Bullshit, Vince. Vader was running toward Jake Roberts before the latter could even hit the corner. I saw no hesitation between the moment Vader was running toward Jake and the moment Jake's boot kicked him in the face.
So now, coming off and... Oh!
What in the hell was Vader's plan here? Bend over and hope that Jake would fall down because he ran into him?
He's never won a title here in the World Wrestling Federation.
The fact that Jake the Snake Roberts has never once been a champion throughout his entire WWF career.
Here comes DDT. Yeah, met the official.
Boy, that was an awkward finish to the match. Jake hits his signature DDT on Vader, who shoves over the referee. Vader ends up losing by disqualification right as he was on the brink of being pinned. I want to be happy for Jake making it to the finals of this tournament, but I'm left saying what the fuck just happened to this situation. We got ourselves a post-match assault just so Stone Cold Steve Austin can get the easiest victory of his career. Also, it's going to be nearly 2 hours before this event titled King of the Ring starts King of the Ringing again. Couldn't at least spread out the semifinals? Vader complains that nobody beat him despite the fact that his chances of winning his match were dead in the water by the time he shoved the referee. The Godwins managed to bring in John Cena to the ring 6 years before his WWE career ever began. Also, and this is the weirdest thing I could ever say on these videos, I would have taken away every sin I counted on this event if the GOAT randomly started shitting in the ring. It was already a major risk bringing them into the ring in the first place.
Sonny, I got 2 quick questions for you.
Too late, the Godwins are already in the ring ready for the Tag Team Championship match. No time for footage, let's get the smoking guns to the ring right now. Chop chop! Also, the fact that the Godwins' music continues to play throughout this entire 2-minute interview makes it more annoying than it already was.
Look at this. Henry.
Nearly a full minute of Henry Godwin threatening to toss the bucket of slop all over the smoking guns, only for nobody to get slopped in the end. That's an even bigger waste than the actual waste.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, come on, can we please just start the match already?
They are definitely top.
Billy Gunn made a big deal about Phineas Godwin being distracted by Sonny, then proceeds to get distracted himself, which caused this to happen. Billy's an ass man before he ever became Mr. Ass.
Pulled his boot right off of him.
That sure as hell is oddly convenient. I wonder if that boot is ever going to come into play. Ah, who am I kidding? We all figured the missing boot would become the ultimate factor here. The entire existence of Cloudy and the fact that we're taking a picture-in-picture break from this World Tag Team Championship match just to talk to this asshole was worth 30 additional sins. What the fuck are we doing here with this randomness?
Applying the pressure on the left arm.
Not that I'm too worried, but where the hell did Owen Hart go? He hasn't spoken a word on commentary for nearly 5 minutes. He is still at the table, right?
Cover 1, 2, and he goes.
The referee counts super fast, except for when he's about to say 3. Then he slows himself down. Could have just counted normally.
Oh, get Phineas out of there.
The referee doesn't allow Phineas Godwin in the ring because he didn't see a tag, but allows Bart Gunn to enter the ring because he heard a tag. The rules are, referees must see the tag for it to be legal, as he demonstrated on Phineas.
No, reversal. Wait a minute. Look out.
Alright, that was awesome. From one reversal to a square dance in reversal, allowing the Godwins to turn things around and attack the smoking guns.
Look out, Phineas. Ah, can't believe he got it.
Phineas Godwin is pinned as a result of a boot that missed his head completely. Yep, that's what we're going with here. Second match in a row with a post-match assault.
There's gonna be no referees being knocked down.
In other words, there's going to be a referee gets knocked over at the crucial point of the match cliche in the main event tonight. When a wrestler claims something will not happen, 95% of the time, that very thing ends up happening. Nearly 5 entire minutes of Jerry the King Lawler admiring the King of the Ring throne and talking trash. This literally lasts longer than the Ultimate Warrior's entrance and the actual match the two wrestlers compete in. No joke.
Shut up, McMahon.
How the hell can Jerry Lawler hear Vince McMahon? He's not even part of the commentary team yet. Plus, he's on the other side of the damn arena. Even if the crowd was pin drop silent, there is no way Jerry would have heard Vince talking.
But I've been there and I've done that.
Jerry Lawler inspires the creation of the Appleton references because he's never won the King of the Ring tournament ever.
I think that's better than the one I got at the castle.
Jerry both brags about having a castle and roasts himself because his scepter is much uglier than this one.
Now, from behind.
We've had post-match assaults and now pre-match assaults. 1996 must have been the year for many pre's and posts. Earlier, Jerry Lawler was choking Ultimate Warrior with this tape outside the ring and got a 5 count for it. But when he's actually inside the ring doing the same thing, no 5 counts can be seen. The Ultimate Warrior, being the ultimate example of no selling, takes a pile driver and stands right back up. That's just disrespectful. No wonder he didn't last in this short run with WWF. What are the odds that the Ultimate Warrior was legitimately pissed off about not competing in the King of the Ring tournament and never winning the crown in the past, thus he played around with it after beating Jerry Lawler.
I'm going to let him continue, Doc.
Jake the Snake Roberts could be facing internal bleeding and other severe injuries to his midsection, but let's put him back in the ring tonight with Stone Cold Steve Austin. I get that the show must go on, but the way Gorilla Monsoon words it makes him sound like a dick.
Look at him.
I won't lie, it actually feels bone-chilling to see Mankind walking through the near pitch-black darkness in his usual creepy confusion. I bet the Undertaker is already thinking, shit, he beat me in the creepy game, now what do I do? Well, if you can't beat Mankind in a creepy entrance battle, the Undertaker can still be a badass well before the American Badass ever came into existence with that perch on the top rope appearance. Paul Bearer be like, I'm hiding behind this small ring post, there is no way in hell that Mankind can see me, I am the hide-and-seek master, oh yes! Claw P-Right infringement.
This guy has obviously obviously been through hell and back.
Just wait until this very same event 2 years from now. We'll definitely give you an example of going through hell and back. Fuck, I got chills just thinking about it and it hasn't even happened yet. Mankind originally was going for a knee to the Undertaker's face, but ended up teabagging him instead. Whoops. That scream from Mankind to the crowd was so random yet hilarious. Did not see that coming and I can't stop laughing. It's just so funny.
I can guarantee you.
Mankind throws the Undertaker outside the ring, does some elbow drops, rolls him back into the ring, and then tosses him back outside the ring. If you were really worried about being counted out, couldn't you have just rolled yourself back in and out?
Oh, come on.
Mankind tosses chairs into the ring, despite the fact that the Undertaker is literally a few feet to his right and not inside the ring. Referees are capable of hearing tags when they are distracted by outside interference, but this referee somehow does not hear the much louder sound of a chair smacking someone in the face. The chair has been in the ring for nearly 2 minutes at this point, and the referee hasn't even tried to kick it out of the ring despite obviously noticing it. Did the rules change midway through the match or something? Not again. Referee saw a chair was in the ring, heard a loud smack of a chair shot to the back, and somehow doesn't figure that happened. His conversation with Paul Bearer was far more important. And what use was Paul's interference anyway? Yelling from the outside? That's enough to distract the referee?
Oh, no!
Mankind had a clear shot at body slamming the Undertaker on the steel chair and somehow missed it completely. Just like earlier when the Undertaker gave him a back body drop on the chair and missed it completely. The referee clearly saw the Undertaker use a chair against Mankind and did not call for the disqualification like he should have. Let me guess, he couldn't see because of the rope. In every occasion with a weapon, Mankind did not hesitate to immediately use it on the Undertaker, but the moment he's got the urn, he moves as slowly as possible while putting himself in the obvious Paul Bearer is going to stop me position. Mankind took a swing at Paul Bearer and missed, but instead of taking another swing, he resorts to pointing, and pointing is bad manners. Shame on you. Accident or not, disqualifications somehow don't exist in this traditional wrestling match with traditional wrestling rules. Also, manager accidentally hits their own wrestler, which causes them to lose the match cliche.
I'm the perfect referee. I'm doing the perfect job.
You're a perfect liar, which has given me all the rights to give you an absolutely perfect sin, Mr. Perfect. As with many of Goldust's matches, we are sadly going to see the ringside area littered with gold confetti for the remainder of the evening. Where's the cleanup crew? Ahmed Johnson starts hammering away on Goldust except for one problem. He's beating down on Goldust's wig and missing everywhere else. He must hate wigs. I know we like to see cool moments, but when you leap over the top rope like that and almost snap your neck on the landing, it might be best to not try that again.
This is gonna get him disqualified.
I mean, the referee refused to disqualify The Undertaker and Mankind several times in the previous match, so I wouldn't be too worried here if I were Ahmed Johnson. This asshole.
No.
A few minutes ago, Vince McMahon was concerned about either man possibly getting disqualified for using the stairs, and Goldust makes the concern useless as he hits Ahmed with the stairs and doesn't get disqualified as a result. Given the position Goldust in and the lack of effort being put on the camel clutch, how the hell has Ahmed Johnson not gotten out of this yet? Could easily roll to the side or slip underneath Goldust and he'd be out.
Ahmed Johnson can absolutely explode.
And Goldust would absolutely enjoy it. I mean, what? I don't blame the referee in this case because I too would be increasingly disturbed by the sight of Goldust trying to get sexual with Ahmed Johnson when he could be pinning him normally. I know that's his gimmick, doesn't make it a good one. You know, if Goldust spent as much time wrestling Ahmed Johnson as he did walking around and posing sexually, he probably would have retained the Intercontinental Championship by now. But of course, here we are. What do you bet Goldust absolutely regrets giving Ahmed the mouth-to-mouth resuscitation since it gave Ahmed the strength needed to win the Intercontinental Championship? What an idiot.
Of this sewer of human waste!
Well, considering Brian Pillman was not even scheduled to compete tonight at King of the Ring, why did you bother to make the trip if you consider the people of Milwaukee to be human waste?
This is the final, ladies and gentlemen.
And we might as well crown Stone Cold Steve Austin right here, right now, since Jake Roberts is in no condition to be participating after what happened earlier.
Monsoon is coming. He's gonna stop this.
Gorilla Monsoon only regrets putting Jake Roberts back in the ring after Jake has been getting his ass kicked for the past 2 minutes. You're too little too late here.
Stone Cold stop. He hasn't heard a bell ring.
Owen Hart forgets that the referee can pull wrestlers apart without the need of ringing the bell in a match if one is deemed unable to continue.
Got him.
Weird yet sad fact about this night, the combined match time for the King of the Ring matches on a pay-per-view called King of the Ring is less than 25 minutes, and the main event is several minutes longer than that. Really feels like the tournament is a mid-card attraction on its own pay-per-view. Oh well, I'm pretty sure that won't be an issue for future gimmick-themed events. Right?
You ain't got what it takes anymore!
What, did Stone Cold Steve Austin see a scary vision of the future with The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels fight each other in 2018? Nah, that was probably a nightmare.
You say your prayer, it didn't get you anywhere.
Well, there's also Gorilla Monsoon to blame for that because he chose to let Jake Roberts compete in the finals despite the severe injuries suffered.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
Let's just be thankful that this is 1996, where everyone can hear a religious joke and turn it into the greatest catchphrase in professional wrestling history, because in 2024, the sensitive community would be on his ass for dissing the Bible.
Will he be an impartial referee?
When that question is usually asked, it means that the guest referee will not be impartial with his performance, so we might as well admit the obvious here. Jim Cornette is crazy excited for this main event. Diana Smith is just as happy to see her husband perform in the main event. And then you got the British Bulldog looking like he wants to be anywhere but here. That's gotta sting. Owen Hart being the inspiration for future commentators to stand on the announce desk when they're excited. Kudos!
Your officiating will be conducted outside of the ring.
Gorilla Monsoon is really being a dick tonight, isn't he? Waits until the literal last second to inform Mr. Perfect that he's going to be the outside enforcer instead of the in-ring referee, just so we can have a moment of embarrassment.
Here we go.
The British Bulldog hardly even shoved Shawn Michaels, who went sailing around in a major oversell. And this is the first move, too. Was Shawn told to sell for Bulldog and he wasn't happy about it? Shawn Michaels just stands around and lets this happen.
Lady Luck, what a...
This might be the rarest time I would ever say this, but Jim Cornette would be great at CinemaSins 2 expansion. Slow down with the counting, ref. It was still botched, but I gotta remove a sin on the part of the British Bulldog. Since Shawn Michaels hit the ring apron, he couldn't properly execute the Hurricane Rana without landing headfirst on the floor. So Bulldog made sure to keep him steady and flip forward to ensure everyone's safety. Safety is always a must in professional wrestling, folks.
Michaels, and here we go. No. Leapfrog and tip lock. What's this?
Both Shawn and Bulldog were surprised at each other's abilities to leapfrog and stop themselves from running, which led to this awkward confrontation.
Therefore, I would assume
British Bulldog waving at those watching at home when he continues to suffer the pain in his arm. This hurts so much. Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in tonight.
Look it up right there. Oh, almost a...
If you think about it, the referee stopped counting before British Bulldog could actually lift his shoulder up. So fast count or not, this match should have been over. Split screens are good for use when there is so much action going on at one time. But all we see is Diana Smith's non-stop shock reaction to this match, which doesn't change throughout. So why the split screen?
That was intentional disqualifying.
Wrestlers have been thrown out of the ring countless times over the years, just like that, and never been disqualified. So why does Vince think any of that could get the British Bulldog disqualified right now? That doesn't make sense. Oh great, now Shawn's gonna have Goldust confetti in his hair throughout the rest of the night. Thanks a lot.
Michaels, thrown back.
So, should Bulldog get disqualified for throwing Shawn Michaels again? No? Not gonna be stupid a second time? Good.
He doesn't need some washed up Mexican...
That's racist.
1, 2, 3.
Vince McMahon is counting faster than the actual referee when the fast counts take place. What the hell is with your hate boner toward the British Bulldog? Vince hates the Hearts before the Montreal Screwjob ever took place. British Bulldog managed to counter Shawn Michaels' attempt at a power slam into his own, but then takes all the time in the world standing around, which allows Shawn to get out of it. The British Bulldog slipped on the top rope, missed Shawn Michaels completely, and still managed to hurt him with that splash. Somehow. See? Told ya. Yep, British Bulldog loses this match thanks to a sweet chin music that missed him entirely. There's been a lot of misses tonight, hasn't there? Mr. Perfect joins just so he can count the final pinfall, despite the fact that it's kinda irrelevant due to Earl Hebner already being present in the ring. Owen Hart actually thought that pulling Mr. Perfect out of the ring was going to stop the 3 count from happening, making the ending all the more awkward. Shawn Michaels gives British Bulldog an inside cradle despite the fact that the match is over and he already won.